Welcome everybody to my top 10 Call of Duty DMZ solo tips and tricks. Why do you want to go in solo? Maybe you're sick and tired of people giving away your position on your squad with the proximity chat. Maybe you're more of a single player kind of gamer. Maybe the list goes on. There's tons of reasons why you might want to play solo. It's a great experience, and I'm going to give you guys my top 10 tips and tricks from my time in the DMZ, things I picked up, and we're going to go step by step. First up at number 10, you got to choose the right loadout. What I like to do is bring in the RPK. That's an LMG. I'm by myself, so you might need to mow through a whole squad of 3 that you run into, and you're going to need a whole big old clip to do it. So these little tiny little clips on these SMGs and stuff aren't going to cut it. You need an LMG with that big old drum mag down there to really mow through them all. And if you have one, I would go in with a sniper rifle too, and you'll see why as we get further down the list. If you don't have a sniper rifle, that's okay. It's good to have, though, a long range and a LMG going in there. That's going to give you the best shot, but I'll show you guys how to get a sniper rifle easy in the DMZ if you don't have one already. So as far as the rest of your loadout goes, it's very important. I would bring in some smoke or a shock stick. If you don't have smoke, bring in the shock stick, but the smoke will save your life if you get caught up against a group of 3 or what have you. The smoke can save your life like Batman. In a poof of smoke, you'll be up and out of there. But that shock stick isn't going to do a whole lot against a group of 3, but you could disappear with the smoke against a group of 3. So that's why I picked the smoke over the shock stick. I would also go with a proximity mine. This is going to let you kind of set up a perimeter around yourself, kind of get your own back, if you will, because you're going in solo. You're not going to have anybody to get the angles behind you to cover. You do that with the proximity mine or the claymore, so you can focus your attention elsewhere and get the other angle. And then I would also bring in the munitions box. You're not going to have buddies to bail you out with extra ammo, because you are going to have to lay down a lot of fire and make up for not having a squad with you. So make sure you got backup ammo. You definitely don't want to run out of ammo. No one's going to bail you out. That's the loadout I would go with. If you have a airstrike, that would be great. If you have any of those, you're going to need all the help you can get going in there solo. So that'd be great if you have that. This is a loadout for success. Next up at number 9, you want to avoid AI. Unless you're going in barehanded or you need a weapon real bad, you don't need to go up against the AI. They're just gonna swarm you, surround you, and probably take you down solo. You don't need to take that chance. Avoid the AI. You can sneak and stealth around, crouch around, lay down if you need to, and they probably won't see you. So it's easy to avoid the AI. They don't have the best loot on them. You're probably going in with better weaponry. But if you do need a weapon, you can take one down here and then scurry away. For the most part, avoid that AI. Now, next up at number 8, you want to get a vehicle. Now, these vehicles can do road kills on AI. You can mow them down like crazy. Just stick to the main roads so you don't get caught up. Keep moving. Never stop moving for too long, and just stay on that road, and you'll pick up a lot of road kills from AI. And who knows, maybe with the vehicle you'll see a squad crossing the street, and you could easily pick up a whole squad kill in a vehicle. It's a possibility, but without a vehicle, you're going to have to really be able to take on a 3-man squad, and the chances of you coming out victorious of that battle are slim. But a vehicle definitely helps your chances. Also, it provides some cover for yourself moving from point A to point B. It's harder for people to track you and hunt you down. Keep a move on in that vehicle. They won't catch you, and you might catch them in the street slipping, and you can run them over. So that's why the vehicles are so important. You can make an easy, quick getaway if you need to. If you're outnumbered and you got to get away real quick, you got that vehicle nearby. Make sure you keep it nearby too. Now, at number 7, you want to loot deserted buildings. There's plenty of buildings, plenty of loot to be found in these buildings, and you don't need to go to the strongholds or go to these high population, really dense with AI areas. There's plenty of loot that you can use to sell. There's loot in refrigerators, there's loot in coats on racks, there's loot in the bathroom. And just search high and low, go into every room, and you will find plenty of loot. So just make sure, like I said before, avoid the AI, sneak around, be stealthy, and loot. Use that vehicle to get from building to building, from area to area. Make sure it seems like there's not a whole lot of AI around, but if there's a little bit, you could probably sneak around them too. Be careful going up in the building. Sometimes there will be a lone AI in there and it'll surprise you. You'll get a little jump scare, and it's happened to me a few times. So there's a whole lot of buildings that don't have any AI in it, so make sure you stick to those buildings. I went to an ammo depot. There's AI around the perimeter, but once I snuck in, there wasn't anybody giving me any trouble, and I got a bunch of loot, bunch of good loot. There's weapons in there. I got a lot of stuff to sell. You can find straight up cash in different areas too. Get yourself a good amount of loot, and then at number 6, you got to find a buy station to sell your loot. So you went through all the buildings, now you need to sell it. You can make a decent amount of change, and this will get you what you need. If you went in without a sniper rifle, that's where you can get it. If you went in without an automatic, you use your sniper rifle, and then when things get close range, you use your close range LMG, automatic, whatever your choice is. Maybe you want a SMG, you know, whatever your preference is. Make sure you have a short range weapon and a long range weapon. So find a buy station, make sure there's not a whole lot of activity around. And number 5, you're going to want to buy a sniper rifle. This is what I did. I bought me a sniper rifle. Like I said, I went in with the LMG, the RPK, and I needed a long range, so I went ahead and bought the SPX-80 for $11,000. So when you're looting, keep in mind you're going to need $11,000 for an SPX-80. Once you get about 11K, that's when you can start heading to the buy station. And then make sure you're buying armor plates, make sure you're armored up. Like I said, you're going to need all the help you can get. You can loot a lot of those, so it's unlikely that you'll really need a whole bunch of extra armor plates at this point, especially if you're avoiding the AI, like I said, so you can use all that money elsewhere. Then after you buy your equipment, you got a close range weapon and a long range weapon. At number 4, to an extraction zone. Take your vehicle on over there with all your weaponry now, and the extraction zones, there's 3 of them. You can find them on your map. Make sure you're pinging all this stuff out so you have a good awareness of the map and where things are. Check your mini map and you can see where enemy vehicles are coming by, where vehicles might be. If something looks suspicious, don't go to that extraction zone. Maybe make sure it's a clear extraction zone. Once you get there, at number 3, you're going to want to booby trap and prepare the extraction zone. So if you have those proximity mines, set them up in strategic locations where people that are pulling into the extraction zone will set off those traps. C4, what have you. Set up your security cameras if you decide to bring one of those in with your loadout. Prepare that extraction zone and then call in an extraction. At number 2, call in that extraction. Why? Even if you're not going to extract, you're supposed to have the weaponry now that you bought at the loot station. You can extract maybe and save it for a rainy day, or get to higher ground and camp the extraction. Now, the reason you want to call in the extraction though, before we get to the final step, is you call that extraction in. That's like ringing the dinner bell. People are going to see, oh, there's an extraction coming in. Okay, maybe we can hop on it. They'll try to intercept the extraction, but see, you've thought this out one step further. You're not going to extract, so they're going to come rushing in, and you're going to be set up with booby traps. You're going to be on higher ground waiting for anybody coming in to intercept the extraction, or maybe they'll decide to try to extract themselves, and you'll be ready for that as well. So I suggest don't go for the extraction yet. You're on higher ground, and as you see here, we have a team rolling in. They're trying to actually extract a weapons case. I'm set up with my long range weaponry. I just snipe them left and right. They don't know what to do, and I'm just one little guy up here on a hill, really causing some havoc, really putting a damper on their day. They can't extract for nothing. They get that helicopter landing and it's just waiting there, and I'm really just throwing a wrench in the whole operation they're trying to pull off. And why I'm able to do this, because I was prepared. All the sniping I was doing, I had to resupply it. I had that ready with my loadout. I had my ammo crate I could throw down for myself. I had my smoke, so whenever I got shot at, I think that might have been AI, but whoever it was, they were very confused on where I was at. They should have had some smoke. If they would have brought their smoke, they would have had that case in that building already. But they were just going out there and getting smacked up. took a guy down there, and that thing was just sitting there, and I was just camping, waiting, just keeping my eye on that case. I knew they were going to keep going back for it, and they make a run for it, okay? They catch me while I'm catching my other angles, and they're making a run for the chopper, and I missed a couple of my sniper shots, and they sent me a good one. They finally found my position. Then I made the mistake of trying to do a slide, but I actually dolphin dove off of the cliff, and that's what took me down. And that's one downside of going in solo. You don't have anybody to revive you unless you have a self-revive, which I didn't have. So I was pretty much screwed there, but man, it was a whole lot of fun. It was my mistake, so just don't make my mistake. Don't dolphin dive yourself off a cliff on accident, and you should be good. I was getting into position to really shoot up into that helicopter with my sniper rifle, changed my position, which was already compromised. I did all that work there, was never taken out by a player. I actually took myself down on accident, so I'd say that was pretty successful. I've extracted solo as well. That was easy as pie. I did all that just like it was a walk in the park. This is the way to go. I hope you guys learn from these tips and tricks. I'm going to have more strategies I'm going to try out. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that, and don't miss out on any new videos. Let's review though. Let's go down the list again here. At number 10, you got to choose the right loadout. Number 9, avoid AI. Number 8, get a vehicle. Number 7, loot deserted buildings. Number 6, find a buy station to sell the loot. Number 5, buy your sniper rifles and other equipment that you need. Number 4, go to an extraction zone. 3, booby trap and prepare the extraction zone. Number 2, call in an extraction and get to high ground. At number 1, camp extraction for incoming players. Simple and effective. Hope that helped you guys, and man, it was a whole lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this has been Rusty Pfluger. Rusty Pfluger, over and out.
Weapons things down.
Trying to pick it up, but I keep on getting sniped.